Great. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, members, and thank you to my colleague from Santa Cruz and my colleague from Porterville for sharing that story. I mentioned here on the floor last year that suicide has impacted my family as well, and it's not really something shared publicly, but in 2019, I joined a group of what I would say was just like six crazy guys working out twice a week in Rockland, and the name of this group was called F3, and it stands for Fitness, Fellowship, and Faith. And this was, like I said, in November, the end of November of 2019, and then COVID hit in March of 2020. And this group of six guys that work out, a few days a week grew in this region, went from Rockland to Roseville to Lincoln, all over El Dorado Hills, all over the Sacramento region, Elk Grove, and it's grown to thousands of men in this area. And it's actually nationwide, but just a couple guys here started this group. And their motto is, leave no man behind, but leave no man where you found him. And what was interesting is, I think what we realized, and the point is you do these workouts at very obscene hour of the day, 5:15 a.m., and you're done by 6, it's 45 minutes, you always get done on time. But the point wasn't necessarily just, hey, let's go to work out and things like that. I can guarantee every guy in this room who's married, has been married, has kids, your friends are people you've met in high school or college, or the other option is your spouse's friends' husbands. And as you get older and you go into adulthood, you really don't develop those close relationships with other men. And so I didn't really, I say this because it was kind of surprising to me to learn that men are 4 times more likely to die by suicide. And that was very surprising to me that was that big of a difference there. And, so in this group that we've had, we have, after we do something called a circle of trust, and we talk, and we've had guys who've lost their wives, lost their children, and you develop these relationships and you say like, hey, we're really bonding together. And there's something about that workout, and sometimes we'll just go on a run or something and I'm ranting to the guys about whatever, sometimes about some of my colleagues here, in fact. But it's just a good way for, I think, guys to develop deep relationships with other men. And I think all the guys here, all the staff in the building across the street know that you definitely need help. You need other guys that you can talk to. And we're really bad at developing friendships, close friendships, outside of our college or our spouses, friends, buddies. So, I just want to encourage everybody to take some time and, I not only be nice to each other and things like that, but find an activity where you can actually develop a close relationship with other guys and be able to share some of those intimate details about what's going on in your life. So, and it, truthfully, when things get crazy here, it's good to be able to rant about some of you guys. And I hope you do the same about me. And it's a pleasure serving with all of you, by the way. And I'm looking forward to the next 2.5 weeks. But I'm really appreciative of my colleague for sharing her story and bringing this resolution up here. And, it's a tough subject, but I think, I'm really glad we have this discussion on the floor every day. We do a lot of resolutions and things like that, and they're all really important. And I think this one, I really think it's great that we're talking about something that is something we didn't talk about 5 years ago, much less last year. So with that, I ask for an aye vote on ACR 229.